Welcome back mga kamatlets. It's me again, Teacher Robert. So in our previous video, we discussed about the solving problems involving quadratic equation. Now in this video, our topic is all about quadratic inequalities. Now in this video, you will know how to differentiate or define what is a quadratic inequalities, differentiate quadratic inequalities from quadratic equation, and in in this video also you will learn how to find the solution set of the given quadratic inequalities. Okay, let's start. So quadratic inequalities. So what is this quadratic inequalities? So quadratic inequality is an inequality that contains a polynomial of degree 2 and can be written in any of the following forms. So ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0, and we have ax squared plus bx plus c is less than 0, and we have also ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than or equal to 0, and we have ax squared plus bx plus c is less than or equal to 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Now as you observe, quadratic inequalities is same with na similarity between sa quadratic equation, but the difference between them is kanang symbol nga gigamit. Our quadratic equation uses equal symbol, while our inequality is using inequality symbol, like for example less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and we have greater than or equal to. But we have pareho sila polynomials of degree 2, no? Same as the quadratic equation, our a in quadratic inequalities cannot be equal to 0. So same reason for the same reason na siya sa atong quadratic equation nga dili pwede mahimong 0 ang a. It's because dili na si kung ma-0 ang a, our quadratic equation or our quadratic inequalities will no longer be a quadratic inequalities, no? Dili na siya mahimong dili siya matawag og quadratic inequalities kay ma-eliminate man ijang quadratic term. Same reason sa atong parihara sa atong quadratic equation. Now, examples of quadratic inequalities. We have x squared plus 4x is greater than 96. So, as I've said, maura sila sa quadratic equation. Galing lamang is, ang quadratic inequalities uses inequality symbol na gamit siya og inequality symbol. Wala siya nagamit og equal symbol, equal sign. Now we have examples. X squared plus 4x is greater than 96, and we have 2x squared minus 5x is or minus 10 is less than 0, and we have also x squared minus 6x minus 16 is less than or equal to 0, and we have the quantity x minus 2 times the quantity x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Those are the examples of a quadratic inequalities. Now, in order to solve a quadratic inequality, you have to find first the roots of its corresponding equality. Now, the points corresponding to the roots of the equality, when plotted on the number line, separate the line into 2 or 3 intervals. An interval is part of the solution of the inequality if a number in an interval makes the inequality true. Now, we have example. Now, example number 1, we have find the solution set of the inequality x squared plus 7x plus 12 is greater than 0. Now, first thing to do is to rewrite our quadratic inequalities to its corresponding quadratic equality or equation, no? Corresponding equality equation. We have this one, x squared plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. This equation, this quadratic equation, is the corresponding equality or corresponding equation of our quadratic inequality. No? X squared plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. Now, kay human naman nato na rewrite, ibali i-rewrite nato, the purpose is to rewrite our quadratic inequalities to our two quadratic equation in order to find the roots. Kuha? And those roots are the basis of our basis in order to find our solution or the solution set of our inequality. Mahimo silang basihanan pagpangita sa solution set sa atong inequality. Now, since we have already our quadratic equation, the x squared plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0, we can solve this one in any method, di ba? So, any method. As I've said, it is not necessary or no need to explain further because this topic, the solving for quadratic equation, was already discussed in our previous video. Kuha? Now, in this problem, we will use factoring. No? So, we have to, the factor is x plus 3 times the quantity x plus 4, and the resulting value is negative 3, or x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to negative 4. Kuha? Now, next step is to plot or to locate this negative 3 and negative 4 on the number line. Now, here's our number line, kaning babaw. So, kung nakalimot na mo sa number line, mauni gidiscuss sa grade 7 pa mo. So, a number line is a line composed of a number. Of course, number line yun. It can extend or it can be horizontal or vertical. No? So, a number line has its origin, which is the point 0, kana 0. And the number that is on the right of 0 are all all positive integers. And the numbers that located in the left side of our 0 are all negative integers. Nakuha. Now, as I've said, the other half, or from 0, it's just a reflection or the opposite of, or the left side is opposite of the right side. No? So we have, so this is the number line. Now, from this number line, we are going to locate negative 3 and negative 4. Those are the roots of our corresponding equation, corresponding equality. Now, we have negative 3 and negative 4. We're going to plot that one. So, mauna siya dyan. Negative 3 and negative 4. Those are the points. Now, as we observe, the points separate the number into 3 intervals. Di ba? So, kung ano na siya dyan, na ay interval, when you say, kani siya nga mga sets of point, or set of points, rather, set of points, from that are less than or greater less than negative 4 mo na si jay first interval. Second is kanang interval from negative 4 to negative 3. Oha. Then the last interval is the sets of points that are greater than negative 3 up to positive infinity. No? Positive infinity. Kana. So, the value of x, again, the value of x, kana siya nga interval. So, this is read as x is greater than negative infinity but less than negative 4. Kuha. So, mao kuno na value ni x. So, it is less than negative 4. Okay. Sir, negative 5, less than negative 4. Yes. Diba, negative, sa negative side, magkaanam kadako ang number, basta negative siya, magkaanam kagamay ang value. So, that's why, bisa pag 1 million na siya, as long as it is negative, dako pa ang 0, anak. No? So, okay. So, another interval is the value of x, which is greater than negative 4 but less than negative 3. Kana siya. Okay? Then, another is we have our x is greater than negative 2 but less than positive infinity. Kana sidya nga mga number diha mao na sakop sa atong another interval, the third intervals. Okay. So, from those interval, as I've said, nga kaning sit negative 3 ug negative 4 mo si basihan nato pagpangita sa value or the solution set of our inequality. Now, ang atong buhaton is to choose a number from each interval. Kuha? Since we have 3 intervals, magpili tag usa ka number nga naa sa mismo sa sulod sa interval. Now, we have kung kini sa diri pwede ta makapili og negative 5. Kuha? Pwede po tag negative 4.5. But para sa dun ta mag-solve, we will choose negative 5. Pwede po negative 6. Pwede negative 5. Pwede negative 6. Pwede. Then, sa tunga-tunga, ang atong pilion, kay negative 3 o negative 4 man, so in between sa negative 3 o negative 4 is negative 3.5. Kuha? Then, on the right side, pwede makapili ka og positive 6 kung gusto ka. Pwede. Pero mas duol-duol, kining negative 2, mas okay siya, or pwede ka may magkakod 0. You can choose any number from that interval. So, and then, we will test the number from each interval. Atong i-test ang number sa interval. Kada interval. Then, also, we are going to test whether the two values of x would satisfy our inequality. So, ato pong i-test tong negative 3 o negative 4. Kaya basig wala sila na test, no? Wala sila, dili sila mo satisfy sa atong inequality. Now, we have those number, kana sila nga mga number, mo na itong i-test. So, gipili na to. So, dire nga side is negative 5, ang tunga-tunga, negative 3.5. Dire ni pili tag negative 2. Then, we will test also the value of x of corresponding equality or corresponding equation. Kini si Jad, negative 3 and negative 4. Now, so let's do the checking. So, in checking again, you are going to check those value to our original inequality, sa atong original sa given. So, kay kini man ang atong inequality or quadratic inequality, the given inequality, we have kini may atong gamiton pag check. So, we have x squared plus 7x plus 12 is greater than 0. Now, first is we're going to check the value of x, which is equal to negative 5. Now, so the result is 2 is greater than 0, which is true. So, no need to explain that one on how we do the checking because human naman na kung unsay pamaagi sa checking. So, the result is 2 is greater than 0. Kuha, which is true. Diba? Dako ang 2 kaysa 0. Now, we will test the right side. Kining x is greater than x is equal to negative 2. Now, negative 2 siya. So, the value is 2 is greater than 0 na po. Which is true again. So, true. So, true. So, kini nga side, that means, kung mag-true gani na siya, so that means those interval, because those number are part of those intervals, so, it means that kato nga interval is part of the solution of our, or solution set of our inequality. Nakuha. So, both left and right. Ang left ug ang right, puro solution. Now, ato ta sa tunga-tunga. The negative 3.5. So, 3.5 when x is equal to negative 3.5, ang resulta, negative 0.25 is greater than 0. Correct? True or false? Okay, that's false, di ba? Because 0 is, or any negative number, or 0 is greater than to any negative integer. So, kay negative man si 0.25, negative man, so, dili tinuod nga dako siya kaysa kang 0. O ha? Which is false. So, dili pwede. Ang tunga-tunga, sa atong graph or sa atong interval katong tunga is dili mahimong solution. Now, ang atong problema rakan is katong duha ka value which is -3 ug -4, whether those values are a part of our solution. Now we have, so let's start with -4. So we have 0 is greater than 0, which is false. And we have -3, 0 is greater than 0 also, which is false. Okay? So, from those result, we can have our graph now. No? Graph. The final graph of our quadratic inequality showing the solution set of the given inequality. Now we have, so as I've said, katong -5 is part of this interval. So atong gisedan. And then -2 is part of this interval also. So atong gisedan ni siya kay correct man, di ba? Nagsatisfy. Then ang 3.5 wala na to gisedan kay wala man siya ni satisfy. Same as the -3 and -4. Halo ang tawag. That is halo dot. That means this point is not a part of our solution set. Dili siya part sa solution set. So only those shaded part are mo atong solution set, no? Solution set. Okay. We can draw our conclusion now. Our conclusion is, okay, the solution set of, therefore the solution set of the inequality is the value of x such that, or set of x such that x is less than -4 or x is greater than -3. Okay. Okay, for example number 2. So, we have find the solution set of the quadratic inequality. We have 2x squared minus, okay, for example number 2, find the solution set of 2x squared minus 5x is less than or equal to 3. Okay, we have the solution. So first is, as I've said, you are going to transform or rewrite those equation or those inequality to its corresponding quadratic equation. So we have the 2x squared minus 5x is less than or greater than 3. We can or rewrite that one, or its corresponding quadratic equation is 2x squared minus 5x is equal to 3. Now, since our quadratic equation, because it is already in quadratic equation, we are going to rewrite that one into its standard form in order to perform any method. Okay. So we have, okay, the 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. So that's the standard form of our quadratic equation. Now we can solve that one in this case. So we use factoring. As I've said, you can solve any method. You can use any method in solving this quadratic equation. Now, ang gigamit ra, I use this factoring. So we have 2x plus 1 is, or quantity 2x plus 1 times the quantity x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now the resulting value of our equation is -1/2 and x is equal to 3, positive 3. Now next is we're going to locate those value, the -1/2 and positive 3 on the number line. Now, so we have that one. Ang atong -1/2 is between -1 and 0. Kini. And then we have positive 3. Now again, those points are the basis for in finding the solution set of our quadratic inequality. Now, we will test or we will choose a number from each interval including the roots of or the value of our quadratic equation. Now we have, so for this interval, kini nga interval dire, so kay dulduol man si negative 1, mo atong pilion para sa dyon pag-solve. We have, so in solving, so x is equal to negative 1, ang resulta is 7 is less than 3, which is false, no? False. So but pasabot kini nga portion diri is dili siya a solution set. This interval is not a solution set of our quadratic inequality. Nakuha. Next is kining tunga-tunga atong or kining right, no? Okay, kining tunga-tunga atong i-solve. So dulduol man si 0. Actually, you can choose 0, 1, 2, no? But so sa ahong gigamit is 0. So ang resulta after doing the checking or doing the testing is 0 is less than or equal to 3, which is true. True tinuod. Subot pasabot, this portion of or this interval is part of our solution set. Nakuha. Okay, we have next is kini nga portion, the right side. Okay. So kay dulduol man si 4, so may itong pilion. So we'll choose positive 4. So after doing the checking or the testing or we have substituting it to our quadratic inequality, ang resulta is 12 is less than or equal to 3, which is false. False siya. So dili siya, again dili siya part sa solution set. Now ang nabilin is the two value of x katong atong nahimong basihan. Ang purpose ana is to test whether these 2 points will be part of, mahimo pa siyang part sa atong solution set o dili. So kung part siya sa solution set, shaded siya. Pero og dili siya part, halo siya, halo dot. Mao tong kaganina sa example 1 na to, halo. Okay. So let's find out. So we have x is equal to 3. Okay, after doing the checking or substituting, we have the result is 3 is less than or equal to 3, which is true. Kaya na may equal, no? Equal or equal to 3. This is read as 3 is less than or equal to 3, which is true. So part siya sa solution set. Next is 1/2, negative 1/2. Okay, after doing the checking or the testing, the result is 3 is less than or equal to 3. Na, tanawa, substitute. So no need to explain further kung saan ni pag substitute or pag-solve, kay na-discuss naman sa atong previous video. So check na siya, 3 is less than or equal to 3, which is also true. So again, kung atong balikan itong mga checking na to, ang tunga-tunga interval plus diri nga points are part of our solution set. Now, ato nang i-drawing ang atong graph or i-graph na nato. So that is our maunay naong sa atong graph. Shaded from negative 1/2 to 3. So it means that the solution set of our inequality is naaraani nga interval from 3 to negative 1/2. Nakuha? So thus, we can draw our conclusion now. Our conclusion is therefore, the solution set of our inequality is x, for the value of x, such that x is greater than or equal to negative 1 half but less than or equal to positive 3. No? So mao na siya. So gikan kuno ang value sa atong x or ang buto sa bot, ang mahimong solution set is gikan aning or equal siya from negative 1 half up to positive 3. Mao na siya. Makita sa atong graph. Now, ang atong x is greater than or equal to negative 1 half but less than or equal to positive 3. So mao na siya. So thank you. Thank you for you listening and watching the video. See you in our next video. Have a good day, everyone. Keep safe always. Bye-bye.